Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Barbizon, the hotel that set women free, by Paulina Bren. Read by Arndt.
Introduction. Who was the woman who stayed at New York's famous Barbizon Hotel? She could be from anywhere, just as likely from small-town America as from across the George Washington Bridge, but more often than not, she arrived in a yellow checker cab because she didn't yet know how to use the New York subway. She had the address on a piece of paper in her hand, and she carefully read it aloud to the taxi driver. The Barbizon Hotel, 140 East 63rd Street. But in all likelihood, the taxi driver knew where she was going even before she spoke. Perhaps he noticed how she timidly waved down his cab, or how she tightly held onto the handle of her brown suitcase, or how she wore her best clothes, this out-of-town girl newly arrived in Manhattan. The piece of paper was most probably crumpled by now, or certainly worse for wear, having traveled with her by train, by bus, or even by plane if she was lucky or well off, or if, like Sylvia Plath and Joan Didion, she was a Mademoiselle magazine contest winner. The rush of excitement when this young woman walked through the front doors of the Barbizon would be impossible to replicate later in life because of what it meant in that moment. She had made her escape from her hometown and all the expectations, or none, that came with it. She had left that all behind, resolutely, often after months of pleading, saving, scrimping, plotting. She was here now, in New York, ready to remake herself, to start an entirely new life. She had taken her fate into her own hands. Throughout the years, magazine advertisements for the Barbizon Hotel exclaimed, "Oh, it's great to be in New York, especially when you live at the Barbizon for women." The tagline was always the same, reassuring in its tenacity: New York's most exclusive hotel residence for young women. But magazine pieces also warned of the wolves, those men who roamed New York's streets on the lookout for pretty, naive young things, and the Barbizon promised both protection and sanctuary. Yet that wasn't the only reason America's young women wanted to stay there. Everyone knew the hotel was packed full with aspiring.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?